I think we're live. Yeah. All right, I think we're live. I had to wait till it hit 7. I think that's the rules. All right, who do we got? West Paul, Southpaw, Yeti, Motsy, Matt Dummett, Vince, Strat, CPO, Rock and Rob, Retro Puffer, Terry, Bill, Jose, Axlinger, Vimps, Fiesta Pals, Deanna, Mark, David, Tim, Josh, Nelson, Terry, of course, St. Shamrock, Michael D, Eric, Heavy Holla, Yeti Motsy, Super Lead, Retro Puffer, Speaker, what's up, dude? And, yeah, Wendell, Jay Schaff, Chris. Double R guitar. Got Gary. What's up, Ben? Gary Davlin, what's up, dude? Brian for Oregon, hello. Guitar Man 45. What's up, Mark? Music Sound Gear. Curtis. Andrew. Zach. Woohoo! What do we got? Christopher, Shamrock, TBT, Tony. What's up, Tony? And can I say Retro Puffer? Got Heavy Mayo. I hear his name often in the local sub shop. Heavy Hauler. Herb Fireside Studio. What's up, dude? You know, your pick fell out of my wallet. You sent me that pick. I must have put it in my wallet. Because the other day I had my wallet open and the pick came tumbling out. I said, "Oh, what the hell is this?" The guy said, "Oh, it's the herb pick." Yeah, hey, it's a gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, I must have thrown it in there and forgot about it. I had a backup pick I didn't even know. Oh man. What's up, Rogie? Rockin' Rob, Force Floor, Bill. Do. You got the coil. This is with the coil cut on. Even with it off. What's up, Ambrose? All right. Do I own any of the big boy amp modelers, the Helix, the XFX, the Quad Cortex? No. To be honest, if I'm being completely honest, too much money. You know, if one of them gave one to me, I would be glad to use it. But it's hard to part with north of $1,000, let alone north of $2,000. You know, I think if I was going to get one, I'd probably get like the FM9. I think the Helix is too far into its life cycle. I think it's time to re-up the hardware on that. Right? We're a good, I feel like we're coming up on 10 years. So I feel like that it's sort of at the end of life cycle. It's like how many, you know, Xbox 360, or how many, right? At some point you're changing. And that's what they wanted in consoles, right? About 10 years, but it's shortened. So yeah, I think, you know, the Quad Cortex is the newest game in town, but they're just too much money. I can't. Not when you can buy TA, which is what I was just playing through. Not when I can play through something that sounds like that for $149. That's really hard. Now I know I have to have the computer, but I can use the computer for a lot of other things, and I have to have the interface, but I can use the interface for a lot of other things, not just guitar. So, you know, it's just so hard. It's so hard. You know, you saw our Linda Ronstadt tribute band. I tell you, I went on a little Linda Ronstadt kick because a lot of performances from the 70s, especially the what was that? The Midnight. You know that one. What was it? The Midnight concert. God, I can't even think of it. But they have a couple of performances by her that are friggin' amazing. Yeah, the audio's a tad low for what? For everything? It's showing me redlining. Yeah, a little bit. Hold on. I don't think I can really change it from here. Not now. That's weird. The mic is a little low. Hold on. Is it just the mic? Because that would be a whole different way to check this. Hold on. Check, check. Is that any better? Right there? Is that a little louder? Just the mic, yeah. I think the mic is too far away. Check, check, 1, 3. It's better. Am I gonna keep this Epiphone I'm playing? I am not. It's a loner. Just like every guitar of the week is. Not every guitar. Like 50 out of 51. Check, 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 1, 2. Better. Sibilance. shiver. Dennis says it was fine from the beginning and you're all crazy. I added the crazy part. So much better with the mic closer. Okay. What are your thoughts on that versus the SC standard you have? Well, the neck feels farther away because it's a 24 fretter. I don't know. It just, people tell me it's not. They just add more. They take away the extra space down here, but maybe it is the same length. I don't know. It's weird because I get a little messed up in the positioning sometimes. You know what? You wouldn't really be. It's a little flatter on the back. That on the neck is rounder. This neck is a tiny bit smaller and a little flatter on the back. But to be honest, other than that, you wouldn't even know you were playing two different guitars. You know, the differences between guitars are way, way less than people think. The biggest difference in guitars, price. A little too loud now. It's true, though. That's pretty much it. There we go. There we go. As good as your Gibson? Yeah, sure. You know, there's not a huge difference. There really isn't. I mean, they're like, it's like, I'd say it's a 99 and Infinite 9's the same. Right? I think if you put Gibson pickups in this, you probably, you know, on a recording wouldn't even be able to hear the difference. There'd be zero difference. The only difference between the two is going to be street cred with the other guitar pros. Beyond that, not so much. Really, it really isn't. I'm sort of over the whole, you know, it's the same guitar, but it's like massively different. Not really. Not really. There's really not a lot. The difference between guitars are way more subtle. You know, you've got mainly, you know, a half a dozen primary sounds, humbuckers, maybe active humbuckers, single coils, P90s, you know, an active single coil, which does sound a little bit more compressed. And then everything else past that is just the level of heat coming out of the pickups. And that can be changed. So the guitar itself has very little, you know. You know what you don't hear? Can you imagine if a saxophone player heard someone say, you know, you make every saxophone sound the same? That's because saxophones look the same. Right? Guitars don't look the same. So people are like, they should sound very different. But they don't. Because if they did, it wouldn't sound like a guitar anymore. You can only go so far away from the formula when it's not really a guitar. So, yeah. Of course they're going to sound the same. They're all the same thing. Electric guitars. But, you know. The cost on these, I think these are $5.99, and they have an ebony fretboard. The thing is that this is a, you know, it's a flame top. You know that. Yeah, those flames. You know, it's a dark finish. It's yeah. It's like that. What did we have here that had the real dark finish? The Sterling, right? Sort of the same thing. Suffers from dark finish syndrome because you can't see the, right? They're just completely lost. And that's with the new cams. What are the new 1200 line EP? No. Dude, literally half that. like seriously, I think it's $5.99. Two-way truss rod. You know, I don't know. I left the link in the description if you want to go check out the specs. If it does have one, it will probably be listed in the specs, but I forget now. You know, most guitarists are doing two-way though, because it's modern. It's modern. Steve, the earlier models had more flame popping through them. Yeah, I feel like they went a little too crazy on the paint. Right? The paint isn't translucent enough. Well, it's the case of the missing flame. And we're going to find it with Clammy. Where'd the flames go? The hell are the flames? It's the dark, right? Flames, more like coals. I think the pickups sound good. These are the stock, you know, is it Pro Bucker? I think they sound good. I'm just saying. I wouldn't, like, in other words, I wouldn't, like, feel the need to rip the pickups out of this and switch them out with something else. Do I remember how much I paid for it? Yes. $0. That's an easy number to remember. tapped. You have to do it once in a while, or your right hand will lose its callus. It's the world's slowest, drunkest friggin' tap ever. We like to have fun, that's what we do. I do. Thank you, good night. All right, end of the show. Gotta end on a big note. There you go. All right, I'm done. I'm all tapped out. What? I'm tapping out what? There's a joke in there somewhere. A horribly cliche joke. Oh my God. So, before I forget, I want to mention Glenn Fricker. Now, it was all the news last week, but I didn't really talk about it because I figured everybody else was talking about it. And I think the whole thing about Glenn is that he's going to need like long-term support. So sort of held off on mentioning it because I'm trying to like just remind people that Glenn Fricker, his wife, had a stroke. He can't make videos because he's got to take care of her, and that you know, he just needs people to fire up a playlist and just run it on some computer you're not in front of. You know, for a while. Don't even turn the audio on, you know, just to give them some views. Which is funny because I have a computer over there by the furnace that I can do that on. Just you kick off a playlist and the audio, I'm not even, no one's in front of the computer. I'm just running through the playlist, right? And just auto go through it. So when you look through my history, it's a lot of Glenn Fricker. But yeah, because he's, you know, he's in kind of a tricky situation. He's earning money from YouTube and he can't produce any more product for at least the short term. So, you know, people, you know, I said, you know, you should have us do, a couple of people said they should have us do his show, his weekly show. You know, we can speed up the voices. Oh, no. You said Tone would, right? But I think he just wants to do the playlist thing for now. So anyway, it's a, you know, it's when life takes over from all your plan, right? All the best laid plans, and life takes over. So just saying, like, what I did was I just set it up on the computer. I'm not in front of. I could have done it on the one in the attic. I don't want to do too many because then I worry that they're going to think that it's not real and they won't give them the views. So I just usually set it up on one computer and just let it run through the playlist, and then check it a few hours later. It's usually already through it, and then maybe just set up another one. Again, the sound is off. I'm not in front of it. Just running in the background to give him some views. So, what is the channel called? It's Spectra Sound Studios. Yeah, you know, it's tough. The only good news is that the guy across the street from us had a stroke, and he was in kind of tough shape. You know, he had trouble talking. You know, he definitely had some paralysis going on, and that was like I'd say more than 10 years ago. I'm thinking more like 15 years ago, right? It was like a while ago, and he had a full recovery. You would never know he had a stroke now, never. And he was in tough shape. He was lucky that his wife recognized the symptoms immediately and like took him right to the hospital for immediate care. But it's a it's something that if you're lucky, like he was, you're actually able to over time, recover from. So just hope that she makes a complete recovery, and that's all you can hope for. And then it is possible, right? Anyway, that's it. Glenn Fricker. Just want to talk about that. What else? I think there's some new guitars this week. Let's fire up the old I think. Ooh, hold on. There we go. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, I think these are new. These new Studio Session by Gibson. They got the Cobalt Burst. Like that. And, hold on. And there is, I wish they would just do them all on one page. There is a Bourbon Burst. Well, that's nice. No, I tell you, I like the color. Nice dark fretboard on that particular one, though. But, the randomness of wood, you can't rely on stock photos. That's where, a place like Sweetwater, like Zounds, on certain guitars will show you the guitar. It just depends on the listing. Oh yeah, that's nice. I mean, there's no binding on the body. It's like a hide binding. I think I see a little, right, you can see the top a little bit, right at the edge. But it's got a neck binding, unless I'm seeing things. Looks like a neck binding to me, so. And it doesn't have dot inlays. It has, the crown inlays, trapezoid inlays, whatever you want to call it. It's one binding away from standard, and that's the body binding. But with a hide binding, it's going to kind of look like it. Right? Because there'll be a brighter stripe at the edge with the hide binding. Is it really a hide binding, or am I just imagining things? Do we have a closer shot? No, it's a hide, right? Unless the finish goes over the edge, but it looks to me like it's, right? I can see it right there, crossing over the edge, right here, in that corner there, going over the edge, right? The binding at the edge there, just by revealing the wood underneath. So at least it's something. In other words, it's not painted right up to the top. And the back looks to be stained. Right? Yeah. Right, yeah. Oh, hello. I didn't, Jesus. Look at that thing. It's quite a carve. So definitely a modern. This thing doesn't have anything like that, although it does have a very slim back, and it looks like it's tapered a little bit too. Huh. I don't think they're locking, though. Does it say? I don't think so. Push, pull, blah, blah, slim taper, blah, blah, mahogany body, blah, blah. Hardware. Grover automatic, they're not locking. Yeah. All right. Just checking. What else is new this week? I don't even know. I haven't been following the guitar stuff this week. Yeah, kind of like Half Bound. Happy holidays to you too, Dan. If you have any fretboard on the Fusion, it's a real plus, yeah. Trying to catch up with the comments here. Thanks for the DJI video. I was looking at the drone, sticking to my pass and got it wrong. Yeah, some dude was trying to argue that it's not ransomware. I'm like, under what definition? Of course it's ransomware. You locked me out of the device. I have to comply with a set of steps to get back in it. That is absolutely ransomware. Holding the camera ransom. The use of the camera. You're literally locked out. Of course it's ransomware. But you get it, it's just starting. It's only going to be people that know me to go there first. But eventually you're going to see a bunch of DJI apologists show up on that video. Because it's a cult. Just like GoPro is. Right? Yeah, Sony CD players all over again. And we'll see. At least I'm back in it now. One guy I thought made a very thoughtful comment. He said, you know, you're pissed off now. True. He's like, but, you know, over time as you get away from the unpleasantness of getting the camera working, he goes, you might find that you like the camera and maybe you will keep it. I thought that was a very, like, adult response to say, you know what, you might be right. It could happen, but I doubt it. In fact, I've been kind of afraid to even turn the stupid thing on. I'm paranoid. It's making me paranoid. It doesn't have to be a computer. Lock me out of the entire. It doesn't have to be a computer. It can be any device. Can have ransomware. It locked me out of my entire. Ransomware isn't limited to PCs. It locked me out of the entire camera. The camera couldn't take a photo, couldn't take a video, couldn't take anything. I had a nope. You have to, right, on the, where every letter is cut out of a magazine, download the app and install. Side load. It's like, no. No. That's ransomware all day. That's what I said, Scott. I said, that's illegal, right? I just bought this. The ransomware is coming from inside the house, right? It's literally the company that sold it to me. They're like, listen, bro, you either install the app or you're not using that camera. And at first I was like, I'm not using the camera. But then the second, like, I was, no, F you. I am going to use the camera until the end of my return period, which is the end of January. And then you're getting it back. At least I'm going to get some use out of it. I'm going to throw it in a barrel and drag it around the back of my car. On what camera? A DJI Action 5 Pro? Action, yeah, 5 Pro. What a name. I know, right? So that's what I said. I said I could almost type up a letter to the local attorney general and basically say, hey, you know, there's a company that does business in the state that locks you out of the device. You can't use it. You get 5 uses. I used my 5 uses up in 24 hours. 3 days after I bought it, I was locked out. And 2 of those days, it was in shipping. I think I had it less than 24 hours and I was locked out of it. Because I don't negotiate with terrorists. I was going to use that camera the way I wanted to until it locked me out. And if it locked me out, I was just going to send it back. But then I was like, no, tough shit. I am going to use it. I have an extended return period. And now it's time for me to game it a little bit. As much as I can game it. And see what I can get out of it. You know, I'm trying to make lemonade out of lemons here. So, you know, I'll use it for, one of the things I was planning for my members was a studio tour. And again, the studio tour and the acoustics video will be live for everybody, but it's going to be about a 30-day delay between the two. Between when I release it for the members, they're going to get early viewing, and then it'll be released to everybody. So it's not like you won't see the studio tour. But I wanted a nice wide angle and low light performance for the studio tour, plus I was going to the NAMM show. So I was just like, you know, I took a gamble on this company, and man, it just, boy, the buyer's remorse. As soon as I was so happy when I plugged it in, and I'm looking at it, and it's all colorful, and I'm so excited. And then I fire it up, and they're like, you must activate this camera. I'm like, bitch, I just did with the power button. What are you talking about, activate the camera? You shove the camera up your ass. Want your goddamn camera. You know, for as much as I complained about GoPro, they never pulled a stunt like this. Ever. And I never even had to register my GoPro. I could go to GoPro, go to their downloads page, don't even have to register shit. That's how hardware should be supported. That's how Korg works. That's how Yamaha works. That's how any major hardware company works. They don't hide it behind registration walls and all kinds of nonsense. And, you know, I could just go to GoPro, go to the latest firmware for their latest camera, download it, put it at the root directory, right, of my memory card, and boot it, and they'll go, oh, we detected new firmware. Would you like to install it? Yes. Yes, I would. And it just happens. Not with this shitting piece of spyware. They're like, no. You have to install the app, bro. Exactly. It's friggin' cyber terror. That's what I said. I said, how is this even legal? How can they even do this? That's why I thought it was ripe for a class action suit. People were like, well, you know, the second you sign into it, I'm sure somewhere in their terms of service you agree not to be part of a class action suit. Yeah, well, fuck your terms. They were signed into either threat of my camera being shut out or my camera was locked out. So either threat of lockout or lockout. That's when I had to sign your terms. Some would say that was under duress and that they don't apply. At least at the very least, it's a legal argument. But, yeah, I could see that absolutely be taken up by an AG. Because it just feels like if you spend money, if you spend $350, you should be able to use the product. Now, I might not be able to get updates, firmware updates. I could see a company hiding out behind a registration, say, no, you got to register to get firmware updates. We're not going to, you know, they treat it more like software. I get that. But to lock me out of the cam, to give me like I bought a trial run, right? You get 5 uses and that's it. No. Oh, Tony, look at you. Oh, we have some new. Welcome to the shame cycle. To the cycle of shame. Who do we have? Dan Kaiser. Shame. Joseph D'Angelo. Shame. Noise Bloom. Shame. BC Rich, 581. Shame. CJ Watson. Shame. The shame bell has rung. Shame upon you all. Hey, Steve Ken from Avon, Mass. Oh, yeah, Avon. I bought a smartphone gimbal, but I feel like I'm too old to be walking around with a gimbal. I know, right? Yeah, it is a shame upon your house now. Whatever you do, don't tell the kids. What's amazing to me is that in all the videos I watched to prepare to buy the camera, that never came up, and I think it's because they were all using Apple. Was I the first guy in the world to use an Android device and try to connect to it and have the whole side-loading thing? And someone said you can side-load, maybe in Europe, but not in the United States. If you tried to load an app on Apple, I believe it tells you this app has not been licensed, right? You'd have to jailbreak your device in the U.S. To be able to side-load. There's no side-loading in the U.S. I pay by credit card. I don't have to worry about that, Gary. I bought it from Amazon, and they're really good about returns. What will happen, though, is if enough people return it, it will get the dreaded, "this item is frequently returned" mark. Amazon is fed up with items that suck. And they've started to reward items that are kept with, and this item is frequently kept. And the opposite of that is a red block that says this item is frequently returned. And you get enough of that, it just kills the prospect of it. Again, if you have an Apple product, this probably all means nothing because the app was properly in an app store. It's properly vetted, at least to some degree, right? At least you get to go through an app store. As an Android guy, if I didn't have that iOS device, I probably would have tried it on one of my handhelds. There was no way I was loading it on my phone. That's where all the juiciest data resides, right? Your best data is on your phone. Don't think they don't know that. That's why they were like, gotta load it on a phone, bro. It's only supported on a phone. This app won't work on anything but a phone. And then, of course, I loaded it right up on a friggin' iOS device, an iPad, and it works fine. So maybe the reviews were fake. No, you know what? I think some of those guys were genuine because I know they bought them. They weren't completely glowing about it. You can tell the ones that are, completely glowing because, the product was provided. And so they don't say nary a bad thing about it. And, the ones that are, I think, a little bit more brutal, the ones that these guys just go out, they make their money on the views. And so they just it's just a cost of doing business. They go out and buy them so that they can be independent of the companies. And I thought, in a few of the videos, especially in bright light conditions, the GoPro is actually resolving more detail. I would say the best was the GoPro, second, but not too far behind. And don't forget they've had firmware updates that might have resolved that even better, because I think that might have been a bitrate issue, right? It turns to mush because you have a shitty bitrate. Eventually they get that down, they get a better bitrate going. Now the detail comes out. That actually might have been resolved with a firmware update, but the worst was the Ace Pro. Ace Pro 2 looked way mushy. Again, it could be a bitrate thing. Have to go and take a look. So, it was kind of down between the two, but the low light performance, the Action 5 Pro was way better. And I said to do the studio tour that it would probably be better. And like I said, I was all happy until I turned it on. And I didn't know it came with buyer's remorse is a key feature. Is Amazon have delayed your refund for 30 days on the return? They have not. No, Amazon's really good, and I have returned a lot of stuff, but I buy a lot of stuff from Amazon. I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon. So, and I return a lot of stuff. If if for whatever reason I don't need it. Computer stuff all the time. I don't even open it. I just realize, oh, I can't use this. This isn't right. I ordered the wrong item. And I quickly return it and drive it up to the friggin' Staples to return it. Yeah, this Sunday at 60 Minutes, exactly. Those sons of bitches. That's when they got me, Morty. They got me right here. Right in the data. Right in the data stream. Did you need the app to use the camera or just to register it? To use the camera. You don't need it to use it from now on. You can use it with the camera, but you had to use the app to get it past, and you had to sync with the camera at least one time to be able to get past the ransomware. And then there was a couple of firmware updates, so I did those too. And then as soon as the firmware was done, I powered down the iPad and threw it back on the shelf again. So, you know, I thought it was my safest way. At least the app was in the App Store, and at least it had a burner account on it, and no other apps other than the stock app. So not a big, window to get there. Yeah, no, after you register, it seems like you can use it. You would have to fire the app up again if you want a firmware update. Firmware updates are still exclusively provided by the app, which again sucks. I could go to GoPro and just download and install it. You know? A few times I went to return on Amazon and they said, keep it. Same here. They were literally like, it's not worth it to take this back. Just keep it and we'll send you another one. Or we'll give you a refund. You don't even have to return it. I was like, okay. So, yeah, I'd say there's a super high probability that it's going back. Unfortunately, my wife also bought some accessories for it, and so she will have to return those. That's part of the reason why I was even hesitant to return it immediately. But we talked about it, and she was like, I can just return them. Don't worry about it. I said, all right. So she's just going to deal with that, and I'll just return this, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, cold blast. We had we're cold and we're dry. We're super dry. We got a cold blast this week. Dew point down the single digits. That's negative territory for you Celsius people. It's just been pretty cold. Winter finally showed up. Watching on delay with the Tone King. Glad you guys did that show. Yeah, I hadn't hung out with Tone King in a while. He reached out to me, and lately I've been friggin' falling asleep. A couple of times I was going to hook up, but I was just too late getting home. I said, dude, I can't do it. So it was good this time. I finally had the energy and the availability. It all worked out. Bidet need a hot water. The cold ones are a real eye opener. We have a bidet toilet seat, and it's got 3 temperature settings and off. And you put that thing to, if you had some real hot wings and you're feeling the heat, you could actually turn it off and get a little ice blast. And trust me, around here in the winter, that's 35-degree water. 38-degree water. You'd be lucky if it was 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. It's pretty chilly. Dew point of 15. Yeah, we hit a dew point of like 5. It's pretty. That represents the possible low, but there's too much energy on the ground right now. You'd have to be really kind of in January to dissipate that much energy out of the ground. Yeah, we had about an inch of snow. At first they were like it was going to be all rain, but it pushed way further south. We got about an inch of snow this week. Yeah. Oh no, it's just above freezing. It's just the water that comes out of our taps around here is pretty damn cold in the winter. That's because it's up in a big, metal water tower, cooling off all the time. Yeah, that is dry. Oh, it was like negative something the other day, but for a short period of time, we went to like -2 or 3. I was like, man, that's dry. But we've recovered. We've recovered a little bit. Probably as the sun has evaporated a little moisture out of the ground, with the snow that was down. When the snow looks gets a weird look, right? Like it's chipped away by the air from the evaporation, right? A girl in the Philippines, 4 typhoons in a row. Then a volcano erupted. Wow. And we complain about the weather here. I know, right? I love building a fire when it's cold. Makes it not so bad. Same here. Unfortunately, we don't have a real fireplace. We have a gas one. And what it really is like an extra heating device. It's kind of lame. When we lived up in Woburn, we had a real fireplace. That friggin' fireplace was awesome, and I loved making a fire. But fireplaces are kind of a double-edged sword because there's so much vacuum going up the chimney. It will pull on the outside and really pull in. It's like if your house isn't completely sealed, and that house was actually sealed up pretty good. It definitely pulls in cold air from the outside a little bit to make up for the negative pressure of going up the chimney. I would notice that I'd be over by the edge there, and I'd say, man, I could feel the cold coming off this window so friggin' bad. Not so much when the fire wasn't going, felt worse when the fire was going. Yeah, we put the tree up this week because it's a fake one. We can't do a real tree. The cats would destroy it and would have a fire almost certainly. One of them would knock it over. They'd go up there. They'd be so heavy they'd knock it over. I tell you one thing we had to do is we had to get the cats to the vet. That's always a trip, but we did it. We did it. That's always a massive hassle. We got it done though, all 4, one at a time, 4 different days. The funniest though was we had the last one, Henri. Buddy was the first, then Sweetie, then we did Cutie, and the last one was Henri. And Henri is quite wiry. That cat is the most athletic of all of them. And we took the kennel out, right, and put it like in the living room, and now my wife is going to go like get her and quietly like get her and bring her down. We'll get her in the kennel. And Buddy is on the couch and he looks up and he's like, hey bud, and he's like, the wide eye, like, huh, what, huh, And we turn around, and I look, and Buddy runs through the dining room to the basement, because the basement has lots of nooks and crannies to hide. Lots of hiding spots in the basement. And Sweetie ran too. She saw it. She was like, ah! Right to the basement. The ultimate hiding place. Oh, there's places in the basement you can't get us. We know that for sure. So they both ran to the basement. And we got Henri. We got her. They had both already gone, so they knew. As soon as they saw it, they were like, oh, shit. Not that again. Mentioned toilets, I feel like Beetlejuice. I saw the new Beetlejuice. I mean, it was okay. I thought, like, too many plot lines. I kept saying, meanwhile, in our other movie, it's like, how many friggin' plot lines do you have going here? How many unnecessary plot lines? Jesus. Basements, I mean, they're real. No, I'm in one right now. The ground is probably about right there. Roughly around right here. You know? Actually, you can see where the ground is. It's roughly where the bottom of that shelf is, because it leads out to a window. And the window is on the ground. Actually, it's slightly higher than the ground. Right there. Guys have a sixth sense that it's vet day. Oh, I swear to God, they can hear your heart beating. They're like, oh, you're ramped up for some reason. Later. Dogs literally know the word vet. Dogs will understand. You cannot even say the word vet. Please, dog will know exactly. Dogs are too smart. You say the word vet, that dog is like wailing. No! For the love of Christ, no! Sump Pump's been keeping up. I have not had a problem. So far, I mean, we came close. We had one where we had a lot of rain. They even said your basement will flood because there was snow on the ground and ice dams and everything. And they're like, everything is in line. And we did start to get a tiny bit of water coming up through the floor, a little bit, but not really. And by the time it sort of, and the pump just kept going and going and going, and it didn't do it. It did not flood. I have not, since I've changed this with this new pump, we have not flooded. This rug here is not flooded. It's only flooded like around the sump pump, but that's the lowest part of the basement. Your dog loved the vet. Wow. Steve, what are you thinking about the camera? I think we've decided it's probably going to go back. I think I'm 99 and Infinite 9 said it's going back. Let me see. The only way it wouldn't go back is if my wife can't return the stuff she bought. But I think she can. I think she got it off of Amazon too or wherever. So we should be able to get everything returned. But I want to make sure she can get hers back because she got a couple of accessories for it. And I was like, oh, well, let's make sure you can get your money back on that before I return. Because I know I can get my money back on the cam. I bought it at Amazon, and I'm good until January 31st. So let's just make sure we get the money back on everything. It would be a shame to return the cam and not be able to return an accessory for the cam. That would really suck. But at least it wouldn't be as much money. But it's some money. Enough to annoy me. Yeah, dogs understand take a bath. Oh, definitely. Had to take 3 of them to the vet at the same time. Yeah, right. Took them in a truck, yeah. Luckily. Be ripping your car apart. I have a new guitar of the week this week. It's nice. I have to say, I really like this one, but then again, I kind of like this style of guitar, so it'll be out on Monday. It is a very classic brand and shape, but modern electronics. So, did I look at the DJ Osmo Pocket 3? No. Well, it's the same one. I know you're saying the Pocket with the gimbal. It's more money. It's a lot more money. It's over $500 versus $350. No, it's too much money. I wanted to be around $350. I was looking at the GoPro 14, which was I think $339, and I got the Action 5 Pro, which was $349, and immediately regretted it. It's like, God, I should have just got that GoPro. You would have been fine. You wouldn't even have to deal with all this nonsense. Video feed is looking super sharp. I have new cams. I'm running new cams now. Super sharp cams. By Insta360. And they're running at 4K. That's 4K, bro. It despite like having many more stops of dynamic range, it still can't pull the top out of this thing. Have a good one, Nelson. My Epi LP Modern Figure in Blueberry Fade is the bestest I've had in years, but I did get a free Epi Casino. Oh, that's a nice guitar. Yeah, a few months back too. The Lennon style. Yeah. I know. Where is that? Where's that confounded flame top? Right. Oh, this coffee is really good. That is tasty. Yeah, right. Elegant Elliot. Did he ever pass away? I think Angry Alice passed away. I wonder if Elliot is still around. Or a Dominic Barbara. That dude. Yeah, so crisp. You can smell the coffee and the cat dander. Yeah, Barbara. I remember someone years ago had a website with Dominic's house that they ran out of money. So it's like it's not finished. You know, there's a lot of things partially done, and then it ran out of money, and the contractors stopped working, and they didn't want to sink any more money into it. And it just stayed like that, and he went to the Dominic Barbara unfinished house. And it would have been spectacular had it been completed, but my God, what a shambles. You know, we can switch up. I'm going to switch over to the Harley Benton. Hold on. feel like my chair's really low. This chair is 21 years old, so the piston isn't exactly the longest lasting. It definitely leaks over time. Hold on. It's like I'm sitting on a toilet. Like so friggin' low to the ground. Yeah, it sinks. You know, it's just so old. Oh, you know what? Maybe not. God, the volume knob on this that's annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch up to like a Vola or something because it's tough to deal with this. Oh, yeah, I'm a little off here. With this volume knob. I hate really slow, you know, grease-packed volume knobs. It's really annoying. Fine for a tone, but not for a volume. There we go. Yeah, boy, that is annoying. I like the neck on this though. This is a Fusion. It's got a good top on it though. Nice top. If I was gonna do anything to it right away, I'd switch this out with a no load, a no friction pot immediately. It's really annoying to have a high friction pot there. No, it's not nice knobs. AC/DC sold out our 56,000 stadium in Vancouver about an hour yesterday. Yeah, you know, speaker asked me about it if I wanted to go, and I was like, no. That's too many people. My days of going to a show that houses 65,000 people are long over. No way I'm going to a show like that. It's just, it's too much. It's too much. I can't take it. It's too many people. A little loud. It's not bad. Little bit. No, a little bit. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. That G-string was loose. I hate when that happens. There you go. That's the sound of a tight G-string. One new chair would be as comfortable as my self-molded chair. Never. As a matter of fact, I bought 3 or 4 of these because they were blowing them out. I think they were like $29 or $39 at Staples, and they're real leather. These have held up. This is the last of the 3 or 4 I bought. But I bought these from a laptop in my hospital bed when I had a broken leg. That was the summer of '03. That's when I bought this chair. So it's been around. I have 2 Fusion, 3 guitars, one with the Wilkinson, one with the Floyd. I had one with the Floyd, and I sold it during the pandemic when I was worried about, you know, money. But I kind of, you know, you need a guitar that doesn't have, I mean, I have so many guitars with Floyd Roses. You need a few without, just so you can do, you know, drop tunings, you know. On this. My thoughts on the new Pats QB. He's shown more promise than any QB we've had since the loss of Tom Brady. I can't think of another QB on the roster that was like, wow, this guy's like amazing. Nobody. So he's the first guy that's even shown a spark of talent. Yeah, I don't want to say I like blue guitars, but, you know, blue, it's all blue. And a few others. Don't look that way. It screws up my theory. Exactly, it's a glimmer of hope. Wow, exactly. Is that a white falcon back there? You wish. No. It's a hot tone? It's a Harley Benton. There's a guitar called Levi's Burst? I don't think so. I think they call it... I don't even think they call it Blue Burst. I feel like they call it like Tropical Burst or some shit. Not my words, bro. I don't know. They're calling it Flamed Blue Burst. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Right there. The old Blue Burst. I like my top better than that one. Just saying. Who wore it better? I'm going to say me. Yeah. Sure. But that's the randomness. You never know. Charvel would probably call that chlorine, yeah. How much is the White Falcon these days? Oh my God, it's got to be up there, right? It's got to be. I'm thinking in the 4s. Maybe higher. Let's see if we can find one. Give me, show me, Falcon! Silver Falcon is $35.99. I've seen a white. Another Falcon's $39.99. I think about $4,000. Right? Falcon. What? Yeah, see, there's. If you want the one that's literally designated white, the 59 White Falcon, 4Gs. Listen, this is going to take a commitment by you, okay? A big old commitment. Don't get cheap on me, bro. Very nice. Oh. Nice knob. Yeah, look at those. That's the only thing that can be called a wiggle stick. Nothing else. You ever call that on Floyd Rose? I'll kill you where you stand. How dare you. But that one, all day. It's the only one. Have a good one, Ripley. Exactly. Cobras. Feel like I'm a little out here. Might check my old tunery now. I should have just lubed the nut when I had a chance. Could do it now. Nut lubing has become a weekly segment on this show. Now it is time for the lubing of the nut. Oh, see, it's your high E. Little did he know, it was the high E the whole time. Oh, what's a Jazzmaster stick? A mistake. A colossal mistake that they've never admitted to. Especially with that bridge. With the nylon rollers. Come on, bro. They still haven't apologized. So on September 11th, somewhere around there, on or about September 11th, I ordered the new Retroid Pocket 5, and it finally showed up yesterday. It's like, nice. There may be some delay in shipping. God damn, that took forever. And you know what? I am sure that it will play games better than my RG556, but in terms of ergonomics and the screen, I think, and it's cheaper, Though the processor isn't nearly as powerful, but the Ambernick RG556 I think is almost a better unit, despite being $50 cheaper. I just thought that, I mean, the RP5 is nice, don't get me wrong, and I bought the right color. Thank God I got black, because it uses sort of like a smoke screen in the front. And if you play a smaller device, you don't see the bezel, right? So it doesn't look like a tiny little screen. The screen looks like it's sort of like morphing because of the smoke glass in the front. So it's a good design choice, but if you have the lighter color ones, you can make the bezel out, right? So it's OLED, and it does look good. I mean, of course it looks good, but I don't know. So does the RG, and I think the ergonomics on the RG are better. The only thing where in theory, that new RP5 is much better is because it uses a Snapdragon processor, which is a much stronger processor than the one in the RG556. Should be able to easily do, like, PlayStation 2. It goes by generation, right? So it's very easy to get up to, like, PlayStation 1. Once you start to get beyond PlayStation 1, even GameCube is a little tricky. If you want to do GameCube, and you want to do Wii, and you want to do any of those games, you need a lot more power because you're running it through a hardware emulator. So there's a lot of overhead with hardware emulation. So you really need a powerful processor to be able to go through it. So even though these processors are so much more powerful than the original processors in those machines, it's the emulation that's killing you, right? So, it's interesting. So the RP5 is cool. I would recommend the RG556, the Ambernick, over it, I think. I think it's better ergonomics. Only if you absolutely have a newer game you want to play, right, would I say, yeah, definitely go for that, because I would say that in the hand, certainly the 556, the Ambernick, feels better. For as nice as the Retroid Pocket 5 is, it's still not quite the same ergonomics. Not quite there. Should have got the over month shipping. It's just great. Well, when I bought it, I got an email saying, "Thanks for your purchase. These are shipping in late October," and they didn't ship it until November 28th. They missed it by a month, and then I finally got it. Literally, I got it yesterday. Exactly. Handheld talk is new trailer talk. Exactly. Man, it is so dry. So we'll see. I mean, early testing, it's looked pretty good. The RP5. That one, actually, I wouldn't use to unlock the camera, because the whatchamacallit there, all of the Retroids have a microphone. So at the very least, there's a microphone. The Ambernicks do not, because they don't include anything unnecessary. So you don't need a microphone to make it work. It has speakers, nice stereo speakers, but no microphone. It has the Music Man Headstock with 6 tuners in a row. It's the Music Man, having just had one here, is shorter. It's a stubbier without a doubt, it's a stubbier headstock than this. This is definitely longer and closer to like a Strat, where the other one was 3 on the side. Where am I at? Where's that thing going? Oh, yeah, hold on. Hold on 1 sec. Ugh. Oop. All right, that's a little better. Right? A little bit? Yeah, maybe not. You can help with the camera, just send me your Visa and PIN numbers. Well, that makes sense. Looks like the Donner head sucks. I agree, I think it kind of does. Hey, hold on a second. I gotta change something. Hold on. All right, I'm back. What's up, Johnny Bean? Oh man. So I was just thinking when I was making the video for the camera, just the whole concept of buyer's remorse, you've been there. And My dad used to always say, you should always say to yourself, I wish I bought it rather than I wish I didn't buy it. It's like if you can try to reduce the number of times you say, I wish I didn't buy it, and just, you're better off to say, I wish I bought it than the other way around. And I think it's true, It's like, so that's why I tend to go to like Guitar Center, because you do get buyer's remorse. And you're like, I don't really like this. And there's no way to undo it, Trying to think I've had some computers I had some immediate buyer's remorse, and luckily was able to return them very quickly and get my money back. I don't know what I was thinking, and very lucky to get my cash back on that. That was like a fledgling little computer store. Oh my God. But I did. Oh, thanks, Curtis. Thanks, Steve. I got my THU up and running again, yeah. Taking a shine to patch number 71, 6506 rhythm. That's a good one. There's quite a few good patches in there. Buttery Lead's another good one. Dual Heavy Rig is in there. You probably also have the blues one, Contemporary Blues 2. Whatever the name is, it's either, I think maybe both of them are in there, but they're both good. Especially with wives. Oh yeah, you want to talk expensive. Your camera video pissed me off. I own 2 DJI drones. Well, you know what? To be honest, the drones sort of make more sense, right? Because isn't there like an FAA requirement with that? Right? They can't just sell drones to anybody. I think there is, sort of with drones, I almost can get that. That doesn't seem as crazy to me that you would have to register the drone, But a camera? No. No. Hell no. Now you're just talking crazy talk. Yeah, my video pissed me off too. I was like, God effing damn it. I'm working myself into a lather again. Speaking of, I was talking about Roadstars. I've been a little hot on Roadstars lately. I blame Paul Gilbert. That son of a bitch is playing like vintage Roadstars a lot on Instagram now. He's all like, Roadstar this and Roadstar that. And I'm like, dude, you're making me want a Roadstar. Make sure this is over here and not my voice. Yeah, I think that's a little better. Let's see. Electric guitars. Hold up. We'll do the solid bodies because we're not interested in anything but solid body. And then we'll do Ibanez. Their website was so screwed up for a while. They would have like Universal Audio in front of like 8,000 items. It would be Universal Audio Gibson Les Paul Standard, Universal Audio Fender Stratocaster, Universal Audio, and I was like, oh, somebody messed up a database. Somebody's in database friggin' hell right now trying to get their friggin' SQL server back. Let me see here. Now, you got to get up a couple of bucks before you're still under 200. You got to get above. It used to be you could get one down here, but not any longer. No, you got to be around. I think they're going to start around 300. No. Let's see. Come on. Somewhere out there. Hell no. Come on. Where's my RGs? See, we're still under 300 though. Soon. I suspect we'll see. Well, no, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Oh, this is discouraging. Nothing, huh? No. Oh, we might see one down here. Oh yeah, there's one. That's kind of meh. Meh. That's not a good one. Nah. That's not what I'm looking for. I'll show you a good one. Hold on. That's a meh. No. Nope. Yeah, they don't seem to have a... I was hoping we would get one down in the 3s, but I think we might have to get up into the 4s. Boy, they're really shooting up. Thanks, Paul. I blame Paul Gilbert. He's playing these like crazy. Yeah, geez, a lot of Ibanez. I'm not seeing a lot of Roadstars. No, well, there's one. No, it actually isn't one. My mistake. Wow. There were quite a few more up here. Like there's one. There's a Blazer. You know, straight up Strat. And it's down $100, but it was overpriced at $4.99 to begin with. I wouldn't go quite that high on that guitar. Some are way better. It just depends. Some are, like, you could spend a little bit more. Oh yeah, there you go. Let me see this. Oh yeah. Oh Christ, yeah. Oh, now you're talking. $3.99. Oh yeah, Jesus. The only thing that sucks is the guy replaced the bridge pickup. Just leave it alone, bro. Oh yeah. Nice green. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Fuji Gen made. Yeah, that's real nice. In the forest green. Gorgeous. Real nice. The only thing I don't like about it is someone changed the bridge pickup. That's not the stock pickup. All right, it should look like the other two, and it does not. And it looks like it has some writing. I'm going to guess it's got a Seymour Duncan in it. It's got that shitty bridge, right, with the... no one could make it. You couldn't clamp at the nut. Anyone who tried, they would get a note from Floyd Rose. The concept of clamping at the nut he owned. You could clamp, but it had to be behind the nut, not at the nut itself. Which is why you saw a ton of these. And why anyone who came out with one at the nut, and a bunch of people did, they said no, because they're like, well, we're not using screws, we're using like paddles. It didn't matter. Like the concept of the nut as a clamp he owned. That's gorgeous, though. I'd play that all frickin' day. All right. That's in the maybe pile. That's on the maybe pile. That's an S570. An RG570 at $3.99. That's worth a look. That's a killer guitar, but it's an S. Different guitar, very different. And here's another one. This one's going to look more earthy, though. Yeah, that's more like late 70s. And it's got some problems on the back there. Hard pass. What do we got? Not seeing a lot. I thought I'd seen more here maybe a month ago. Not seeing a lot of RGs. Meh. I'm not even going to dignify that with a look. That's not bad. I think I like the color green better, though. Well, that is clean. That is super clean. This is the humbucker single too. That all looks stock too. On the maybe pile. Yeah, nut clamps. That's They're only acceptable on guitars. Anywhere else, they should be shunned. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot. 85 440. The 440 is a nice guitar. That's what that last one was too, a 440. Not bad. Not bad. I still like the green one the best. This one's been reduced. Oh shit. Oh hey. It's like a luxury model. You know, what with the gold and all. Problem is the gold doesn't hold up. But yeah, that was I remember those. Those are kind of pricey. Yeah. Maybe pile. There's a lot in the maybe pile. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Oh, there you go. Well, it's a 140 though. I'm not spending $500 on a friggin' 140. Never happened. A 440, sure, but not a 140. Yeah, that might be it. Now we're starting to hit where we don't want to be for price, which is over 500. You know, it starts to get a little kooky. You know, I saw the other day too was a Charvel. Let's see what Charvel's doing. What do we got? Let's clear this. Charvel right there. All right. That looks enticing, but it's a Charvet. Charvettes are shit. Just like your Chevette was versus a Corvette. Right? The Chevette was garbage, but the Corvette was nice. The Charvel is nice. The Charvet, not so much. Plywood bodies, I think, on most of those Charvettes. They were like the Striker line. This was it. Oh my God, it's back. Where is it? Oh my God, it's in Brea, California. Holy shit. There it is. That's it. That was it. That was it a couple of weeks ago. $524.99. That was it. Ebony fretboard. It's a satin body. New. They're about $8.99 with a $10.99 list. This was down at my local one. That was at the Braintree store. So whoever got it didn't like something about it. Probably needs a setup. You know, dudes, it shows up and they buyer's remorse. Then I have to work on this thing. Well, at least you're not locked out of the guitar. Yeah, we're going to need you to install an app if you want to use that guitar. That's a good looking guitar though. I can't get my friggin' page to pop up. And I open it, copy it, and put it in another browser. Paste and go. Will it pop up there? Oh yeah, there it goes. And then can I look in? Yeah. I can zoom in. Zumba. Nice polished frets. I'm just saying, for 5 1/4 ebony fretboard, Duncan pickups for $525. I think that's. I almost drove down and bought that, and it got sold. Mainly because I have an aversion to satin finishes. It had a satin finish, and I was like, meh. Do you really want a satin finish, bro? And before I could make my mind up, someone bought it. But now they returned it, and now it's in. And now it's 3,000 miles away in Brea, California, probably near the tar pits. One can only guess. La Brea is right by Nam. Interesting. So more inland than La Brea. I like the HSS config too. I think that's, you know, well, yeah, no, it's nice. And like I said, I like a blade switch. I'm a kind of a blade switch kind of guy. I kind of like the blade switch. I think it's the easiest to work of all the toggles. Got the high contrast dots. Got the ebony fretboard, polished frets. Jesus. Dear Santa. After burning me with this friggin' cam, how can we make this right? What can we do? Just tell my wife, yeah, just get me one of these. She's like, no. The only thing I don't like is the satin finish. Right, they also have carbon fiber rods. This inanimate carbon rod. Is it an OG Floyd or an F1000 for a guitar made in Mexico? You have to even ask. Of course it's a Floyd Rose 1000. I don't think they're going to put an OG Floyd Rose except on a premium guitar that is probably over $2,000. You know, so if you got like Charvel Custom Shop, you know, or something like that, you know, I'm sure they would put an OG Floyd in there. But usually they use the 1000. But the 1000 is 100 billion times better than the special, right? It's like this. The OG, literally at the same level, the Floyd Rose 1000. The difference is you can't buy the Floyd Rose 1000 at retail. It's OEM only. If you want to buy it retail, you got to get the original. Or they put the clamps on differently. You don't quite get the same. The $400 MAB sawtooths, really? He probably insisted on that. At $400, half the cost was in the tremolo. Recently discovered that if I buy guitars of the same color, you're onto something, bro. There is a chance my wife may not realize it's a purchase. Yes. Exactly. Just no, this is the blue one. You've already seen the blue one. Exactly, the 1000 is infinitely better than the special. It really is. Specials, I've had mixed results. I've had some saddles strip out and I had to buy replacement saddles. I have never had that on Floyd Rose 1000. Ever. You know. exactly. Or just put the purchases in the other apartment. Yeah. Well, what I did was I got so many guitars that if I got one more, you'd never know it. When you have 4 guitars, if you have 3 guitars, when you buy one more, it sticks out like a sore thumb. When you have 50 guitars and you buy one more, nobody notices. They just don't. That's an exaggeration. That's That's to prove a point. It's not that. No. No, and most of them are borrowed. I will say I do like that Epiphone. It's a nice playing guitar. Without a doubt. Oh, did they get them down? The relics down to $6.99? I know they were doing them for $7.99. But it was rare. You had to catch it like just right, and it was back to like $14.99, $16.99. Adorama had the Frankie relics for $6.99. Got a white. Wow, that's a great price. That's a great price. And your wife said, "What the hell happened to that thing?" It was only $6.99. Yeah, you overpaid. No, it's $1,000 off. I swear. Oh yeah, well let me see the case. You're like, All right, the case just belies its quality. I swear it's worth more. Don't go by the case, okay? Don't go by the case. What you're saying is you'd have 50 guitars. 50 guitars is the minimum. And what does it say when someone just does the minimum? Have a preference between 24.5 and 25? Not really. I probably play more 25.5 inch scale guitars though. Just knowing my collection, I think they're mostly strat length, the 25.5. You doing a new Christmas medley this year? I don't know about a medley, but I'll probably do a Christmas tune for sure. I gotta figure it's about that time where I start shitting myself up over the Christmas song. Working through like 40 different tunes before settling on the one that I listened to the first time. It was like, you should have just stuck with that one. You'd have it down by now. You only have 4 guitars where you're just 46 more, dude. But you have 200 plus pedals. Wow, that's like 100 times more than me. I don't really have a lot of pedals. Well, it looks good in that. Well, it looks good in the camera, doesn't it? Huh? And what do I have for amps? 4 or 5? Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, like 5. And 2 are practically the same. I'm more about the guitars than the amps, because I go through the software all the time. If I want a new amp, I just wait for an update. Go to flame cam. That's looking good. That's 4K flames right there, bro. Do 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 do. I'd have to think about it. I have a friend with over 250 guitars. I knew him when he only had 125. And he's got quite an arrangement. He switched to a hanger system. Not like this. They have to hang sideways like a guitar store to fit them all in. Right? He can't get them. He can't lay them flat. Just a handful of showcase ones. Most of them have to be at quite an angle to the side so we can get them all next to each other, like a guitar store. You know. I wonder if it's going to be new at NAMM this year. I don't know. I'm there for a couple of days. Looking forward to it. To be honest, I friggin' burn out by the afternoon. I try to leave a little early. I thought Tone King had like 500 guitars. He does not. You know what? He sells way more guitars than you know. He's very much like Phil McKnight. Phil McKnight, you're like, what happened to that guitar? He sold it. Phil sells a ton of guitars. They come in, but then again they go out. So it's not Tone King. No, it's this guy from up here. He's up in Mass, and I've known him for like 40 years, and longer, 45 years. And you know what? He just. And I'll say this, sometimes it works to his favor because he has so much. Someone will be interested, and sometimes he works out a trade that he might not otherwise be able to pull off, and is able to get a guitar that he really wants. It's pretty rare, and it's hard to even get that, and he'll pull off a trade because he just has so much to work from. You know, he can do that. Wow, it's 8:59. Oh my God. Yeah. All right, speaker. Yeah, no, I'll see you Friday. I think that's gonna work. It'll be great. I was thinking we'll take our buddy there. We'll pick him up, and maybe we'll just go out to, Natick and go kick around, and then go to lunch, and then we'll drop him off. And we'll go see him. We'll drop off the guitar. We'll take him with us. We'll go out to, like, you wanted to look at an amp, I thought. And we'll just go out that way. We can even just go to Five Guys or something for lunch or something. Not so crazy, not so expensive. We'll figure it out. I'm looking forward to it. It should be good. Looks like we're going to have good weather, too, which is always good. You know. So, yeah. Anyway, all right. No, you rock. I will see you guys in a week. Have a wonderful week. Thanks to everybody for hanging out tonight. Super extra special thanks to anyone contributed. I always appreciate that. Welcome to the new members. It's always great to see new members. I'm glad to have you aboard. And there you go. And brofist to my Mod Squad. Hashtag brofist. Hashtag Mod Squad. Hashtag where is Ben Coombs? It's going to be a Christmas miracle. I, for one, now listen, we thought it was going to be a Halloween miracle, and the Great Pumpkin did not appear. But I got a good feeling about this. I'm telling you. I got a feeling of the Christmas special, right? Right? Maybe not. We'll see. All right. You rock. Have a wonderful week. Check out Monday's guitar. It's a really awesome guitar this week. I don't know. I liked it. But your mileage may vary. If you don't like that one, just give it a week. There'll be another one. And then I think I'm taking the last 2 weeks off from doing that show because I'm going to do a best of the year, sort of like a year in review. So I think tomorrow is a guitar of the week, and then the next week is a guitar of the week, and then after that it's like looking back, and then we'll do guitar of the year, and then we start the new year. So a little break before it gets going again. Anyway, there you go. No, you rock. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you in a week. And until then, rock on. All right. Later.